What's up, guys? It's Lord Saint, and today I wanted to give you guys an update on my IKEA greenhouse cabinet. One major change that I am making in my cabinet, one little speed bump that I've run into. Everything's great in the cabinet other than this one thing, and that is the catch tray. I believe if you listen back to my Millsbo build, I told you guys that I was using some black aquarium sand, and I had to get rid of that black aquarium sand. While it was initially beautiful, it created too many issues with the just mold, and when it dried out, it almost looked like this ash gray on the top, and it was not working out. It was just getting real filthy and dirty. Excuse me if you see I'm getting assaulted by bugs because of the lights that I'm using. I'm outdoors and it's outside right now, so I'm being assaulted by all these beetles. So if you see me flinching, I'm not crazy. It's these bugs, and they're whooping me out here. So yeah, that's a major issue that I ran into. Well, I wouldn't call it a major issue. Everything was fine. Everything was working out. It was just aesthetically, and I guess just a matter of having to clean and the manner in which I would have to clean. It just wasn't working out with aquarium sand. And shame on me, right? I feel like, duh, I knew that. It's aquarium sand. You have to clean aquarium sand. Even when it's filled with water in an aquarium, you got to go around with the little aquarium, little vacuum on the inside and clean that up. You can't just leave it on there. Stuff builds up on it. And that's exactly what happened with the aquarium sand that I had in the Millsbo. And I'm going to drop a video so you guys can kind of see what it looks like. And the sad part about that aquarium sand, it was beautiful, right? When I first got it, it was this beautiful, glistening, shiny black sand. And when I was getting rid of it yesterday, because this is all a recent change for me, I was getting rid of it yesterday. I passed my hand over just to see what was kind of beneath, and it was that beautiful shiny. It was almost still moist, but I think it was just too compact to allow water to evaporate properly, and that was causing, with the humidity and how the air is hitting in there, it was causing just an algae issue for me, and it was not nice. It didn't look nice. So I went on Instagram and I kind of asked in my stories, like, hey, does anybody use a catch tray, and what material do you use in your catch tray in your cabinets? And I just want to start out by saying a lot of people were messaging me saying, you don't really need anything. And I'm like, you're absolutely right. I really don't need anything. I can be fine with just my racks. Matter of fact, when you start to put plants inside of your cabinet and you water them, the humidity will automatically rise. I like my cabinet to sit anywhere from 85 and up. 85 to 90 is where my cabinet sits on the daily, which is pretty high humidity, but I have enough airflow that it all works out. So I get it. I know I don't really need anything. I can just put the plants in there. You can go on IKEA Greenhouse on Instagram, IKEA Greenhouse Cabinet. I think that's what the page is, and you'll see tons of people with no catch tray. They won't have a catch tray. That's just fine. For my needs, I want the catch tray. I want the catch tray for mainly two reasons. One, it catches the excessive water that I use, especially in the smaller plants. I don't like to pull all of these out and then water them separately and then wait for them to drain. A lot of times I use just like a squirt bottle, and I get each individual one of these, and then I'm done. Now the excess water just leaks right into here, and then this retains the water, and then it increases my humidity. It's a win-win for me. Every now and then, if every 2 months I got to take this out and clean it, that's fine with me. I don't mind doing that. But I have multiple levels in my cabinet, and these trays just make my life way easier. And then two, it's just the aesthetics that I'm looking for. I do like the idea of a humidity tray. I don't use a humidifier or a fogger in my cabinets. I did in the past. I'm just not a fan of it. It just created too much of a mold issue on different components inside of the cabinet. So I did away with that. I don't want to do it. And the actual humidifier unit just took up too much space. I was giving up real estate that I could have maybe 3-4 more plants sitting in just to accommodate a humidifier. Wasn't a fan of it. And it was just temporary. I feel like it would boost the humidity, and then as soon as it was off, the humidity would linger for a little bit, and then it was gone. I needed something that would just kind of last. So these humidity trays, they make me feel comfortable with both adding the humidity. I can pour water right into them. They'll boost up the humidity, and acting as a catch for the excess water that runs through, especially these smaller plants, but any plants that I have sitting on them, which is the main reasoning. So I did go to Instagram and I did hold a poll and I asked everybody, what are you guys using? What are you guys using? And what came back? Whew, see, that's the assault I'm talking about. I'm gonna leave that in there, so you guys can be witness. I'm gonna go get my freaking folding chair, and it's not gonna be funny anymore for these plants. If you know, you know. But the two results that came back was Leca and actually I had a few results. I had Leca, I had perlite, I had moss, I had a variety of different stones that people were telling me I could use, and then I had, obviously the group said you really don't need anything, just fill it with plants. But this is the second Anthurium cabinet that I have. It's not because the first one was filled, but because I had all these seedlings, and I was going to start building a little seedling one so that they could graduate. My Rutsta cabinet is what it is. My IKEA Rutsta. When those were big enough, they would graduate to the Mills Bow, and then from the Mills Bow to outdoors. So the concern was I wasn't going to have enough plants to boost the humidity in time. So the poll came back, and I liked two options, or mainly one option. Somebody said Leca, and I was like, yeah, I tried Leca. The first thing I tried was Leca. But the thing with the Leca pebbles is that they were so large, I had plants sitting all different types of ways. And when I poured water in them, I realized that Leca floats. Duh. And the plants would tip over completely, and I'd come back. I wouldn't realize they'd be on their side for a full day. It wasn't good. So I got rid of the Leca, and that's when I ended up with the sand. But now, somebody put me on a tiny Leca. Look, bugs again. There it goes. Somebody put me on a tiny Leca, and my mind was blown. I'm like, tiny Leca? There's such a thing as tiny Leca? Yeah, there's such a thing as tiny Leca, and here it is. The Leca they actually recommended to me is a bit larger than this. I bought that one. I found this one, which was double the amount, right? The other one was about 2 pounds, 2.2 pounds. This one was 4 pounds for the same price, and it's even smaller. And these are tiny. Like, if you can't see that, that's how tiny each little Leca pebble is. But they're the shiny little things, and I doubt they're actual clay, or they might be coated in something. But they're these tiny little pebbles, and they work. Right, and you can see it creates this flat surface. I can pour water into it, boosts my humidity. The plants have no problem sitting upright on it. I could drop this anywhere on here, and everything's just fine. And this is a 2 ounce or 3 ounce little cup for Anthurium seedlings that I normally have, and everything's okay. The tiny Leca works, at least for now. The tiny Leca works. I like it. It comes in several different colors. You can even buy it in a color that's like Dippin' Dots if you're festive like that. I'm a little bit more of an dark aesthetics type of person. So you can either buy this terracotta color or you can buy a gray, and both of them are just as good in my opinion. Now, the only reason that I didn't continue with this is when I tried to put in another order through Amazon for this tiny Leca, it was a month out for delivery. If you're anything like me, impatient, I wasn't about to wait a month to get some tiny Leca. So I went and I ordered. I didn't know this existed, but I should have, right? Like, this is common sense. Like, tiny lava stone. And I'm like, duh, dude. Of course there's tiny lava rock. Like, obviously. So this is a darker color lava rock. It has a few different shades of other colors. Mainly it's like a dark brown, blackish. But the stones are a variety of a very dark color. So it is what you see here. But I think I like these even better. I think these, even though it creates like a jagged surface, but these are tiny. And it's just almost as tiny. You can see like just two of them. If you can look and see just two of them in my hand right there. You can see how tiny they are. But they're horticultural lava stone is what their official name is. But these work just fine. I washed them out. I put them almost in a net. I rinsed them out real good because there's a lot of sediment on them. And then I poured them into it, and it created a beautiful surface. And you can see the smaller variety of my plants are sitting right in here, and it's not an issue. Not an issue at all. And I just did this, I think, yesterday. I just put this in. And I think I may like it better than the Leca. I mean, they serve the same purpose, but I think this one, I don't know, it's just the black in the cabinet, it just fits my aesthetic more. So I think I'm going to be ordering more of this, being that this is a month out for me to get more of. Either option I think is going to work out just fine. It's going to be a lot better than the horticultural or the aquarium sand that I was using for algae purposes and whatnot. I think it's safe to say if you are doing a first time build and you are interested in a catch tray or a humidity tray, either the tiny Leca or the horticultural lava rock, lava stone will work just fine. Somebody even sent me an option for crushed glass, I think is what it is. That's another option. Somebody sent me perlite. The only downside to perlite, after having some dialogue with some planty friends, is that the perlite, you are prone to algae issues as well. And you know that when you're just propping a certain plant in there and it starts turning green, the same thing's going to happen eventually, depending on the humidity and other settings that you have in your cabinet. So I strayed away from the perlite and I went with the stone, dark stone. It'll take me more time to see any serious dirt buildup from watering and different, maybe hints or dashes of fertilizer that I'm using in there. And then it's an easy cleanup. I just pour it right back into a net, wash it off, wipe down the tray, and then I'm good to go. So these are my two options. I'll put both of these options where I got them from on Amazon down in the description. And you guys can take a look and decide if it's right for you. Again, I thank you guys for joining me. If you found this useful, if you're liking my page so far, I've been having, you saw that, right? Babe, give me the folding chair. I'm not playing games with these beetles anymore. But if you like my channel thus far, I've had people telling me they stumbled across my channel by accident. I'll take any and everybody I can get. Please like, share, subscribe. Hit me down in the comments. Leave any feedback. Tell me if this was useful. If you have any questions, I'm pretty good on answering them. Again, if you want to head over to my Instagram, or down below if you don't have Instagram, you can hit me up about my Magnificum Regale seedlings. I do have some inventory left. It is my first cross, so I did blow out the price on those. It's $15 a seedling right now. Shipping within the US is priority. It's $10, and the plants are getting there within about a 3-day span. I'm packing them really well, so you're getting them. I do have some examples of my personal batch out of these that have been in the cabinet since I pretty much had a successful hybridization of these, and they're drastically larger than everything else. So if you do get one, if you've received one already, thank you for purchasing from me for my first batch. If you haven't and you're inquisitive on this hybridization that I did, put it in a cabinet, prop box, anywhere you can. They love the humidity in there, and the ones that I have in my IKEA cabinets are easily double the size of what you're seeing actually. And this isn't even the largest one. Here's one that I have here, and this is, I'd still say, double the size of the current seedlings that are for sale, and those are being grown outside. But as soon as you get it back into a prop box or anything else, you should see it double up immediately. They love it in the high humidity cabinets or prop boxes. Again, thank you for joining me this evening. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment below with any feedback or any questions you may have. It's Lord Saint. I appreciate you guys as always. Thanks for joining me.